She warned, "If you drink this, you'll never be human again." He drank without fear. No one expected a human to be invited to Station Kepri. The station floated alone near a dead star, far from trade lanes and law. Most species avoided it. The radiation was unstable, and the place carried old stories, experiments that failed, scientists who vanished, and ideas that were never meant to live. Eli Marr arrived anyway. He stood inside the docking ring, looking small among metal walls built for taller, stranger bodies. Eli was human, average in height, with tired eyes and calm hands. He had once been an engineer on Earth. Now he was an envoy, a title that meant little in the galaxy. Humans were no longer important enough for real power. The Galactic Conclave had decided that long ago. Humans were labeled as temporary, creative, yes, emotional, yes, but fragile, limited, easy to outgrow. Eli had read the reports. He had heard the quiet laughs during council meetings. Humanity was allowed to exist but never to rise. That was why he was here. A tall figure waited at the center of the station's core chamber. Her body looked partly solid, partly like flowing glass. Light moved inside her form as if she carried stars beneath her skin. Her name was Valeth. She was older than human history. Her species had once been biological, long before humans learned to write. Now they were something else, neither machine nor flesh. "You came alone," Valeth said. Her voice did not echo, it simply appeared inside the air. Eli nodded. "You asked me to." "Most humans would have brought guards." Eli smiled faintly. "We don't have many guards left that matter." Valeth studied him. "You understand why the Conclave would erase this place if they knew you were here?" "Yes." "And you came anyway?" "Yes." That answer pleased her. Valeth raised one long, glowing limb. From a sealed container, a small vial floated forward. It was no bigger than Eli's thumb. Inside it, silver-blue liquid moved as if it were alive. It did not splash. It folded in on itself, shifting shapes that hurt to look at for too long. "This," Valeth said, "is the reason your species has not been allowed to grow." Eli's eyes stayed on the vial. "Enhancement." "Evolution," she corrected. "Forced, accelerated, and forbidden." Eli swallowed. "The Conclave bans it." "They fear it," Valeth replied. "Because it does not obey fixed design. This compound rewrites the rules of biology as it goes." Eli looked up at her. "Then why show it to me?" Valeth was silent for a long moment. The dead star outside the station flickered, throwing broken light through the chamber. "Because," she said slowly, "every species that tried to use it failed." Eli felt his chest tighten. "They failed how?" he asked. "They lost themselves," Valeth answered. "Some became mindless matter, some became weapons without thought, others simply ended." Eli looked back at the vial. Valeth's voice grew colder. "If you drink this, your human biology will break. Your cells will no longer follow natural limits. Your nervous system will change. Your lifespan may become meaningless." She stepped closer. "You will never be human again." The words hung heavy in the air. Eli thought of Earth. He thought of crowded cities under alien trade law, of human ships inspected more harshly than others, of children being taught that humans were not weak, just different, even as everyone knew the truth. Humanity was falling behind. He asked one question. "Has any species survived it?" Valeth hesitated. "No," she said. Eli nodded once. "That's honest." Valeth's glow dimmed slightly. "You still wish to continue?" Eli reached out. The vial felt warm in his hand, like it recognized him. His heart beat faster, but his hands did not shake. "I was born human," he said quietly. "That part already happened. If humanity is going to end, I'd rather it end trying." Valeth's voice sharpened. "This is not bravery, this is extinction." Eli met her gaze. "For you, maybe." Without another word, he lifted the vial. Valeth raised her limb too late. "Wait." Eli drank. The liquid did not taste like anything. It did not burn. For half a second, nothing happened. Then reality broke. Pain exploded through Eli's body, sharp and sudden. He fell to his knees as alarms screamed to life around the chamber. The station's systems reacted in panic, lights flashing red as unknown energy flooded the space. Eli gasped, trying to breathe. His veins lit up beneath his skin like glowing threads. His heartbeat doubled, then tripled, then disappeared completely, only to return in a new rhythm, slow and powerful. Valith stepped back, shocked. "This is impossible," she whispered. Eli's vision fractured. He could see the chamber, but also through it. Radiation lines from the dead star painted the walls. He felt the station's gravity generators pushing, adjusting, compensating. His bones cracked. Then they healed. His nerves screamed. Then they reorganized. The compound did not fight his body. It listened. Eli cried out, not in fear, but in effort. His mind stretched, holding on to memories, his name, his home, his species. He refused to let go. Valith watched in disbelief. The compound had always overridden identity before, always. But Eli's thoughts did not fade. They anchored the change, shaping it instead of being erased by it. The station shook violently. Containment fields failed one by one. Energy readings spiked beyond known scales. Valith activated emergency protocols. "Eli, stop resisting. You will tear yourself apart." He heard her, but the words came from far away. Eli pushed back, not against the pain, but against the idea that he had to become something empty to survive. His human mind adapted faster than any system could track. Fear turned into focus. Pain turned into data. Instinct sharpened. The compound responded. The alarms fell silent. The shaking stopped. Eli collapsed onto the floor, breathing hard. For a terrifying moment, nothing moved. Valith approached slowly, scanning him with every sense she had. His body temperature was stable. His heart was beating stronger than before. His brain activity was wrong, not damaged, just different, deeper, wider. Eli opened his eyes. They reflected the chamber lights faintly now, like polished metal. "Am I?" He paused, feeling his own body in a way he never had before. "Alive," Valith answered softly. "Yes." He sat up, moving carefully. His body obeyed him perfectly, too perfectly. "What did I become?" he asked. Valith looked at him with something close to fear. "I don't know," she said. "You should not exist." Eli stood. The station's gravity shifted around him, adjusting automatically, as if recognizing him as a structural variable. He steadied himself, then laughed once, short and breathless. "That makes two of us," he said. Outside the viewport, distant space rippled briefly, like something had noticed him. Valith turned toward the stars. "The Conclave will feel this," she said. "They monitor for impossible things." Eli followed her gaze. "Good," he replied calmly. Because for the first time in a long while, humanity had done something impossible. And this time, it survived. Eli Marr did not sleep. He lay on the floor of Station Kepri, staring at the ceiling as the station system slowly came back online. The alarms were gone, but the silence felt heavy, like the pause before a storm. His body felt calm, too calm, as if it had forgotten how pain worked. Valith stood a short distance away, watching him carefully. "You should be dead," she said. Eli turned his head toward her. "I feel fine." That was the problem. Valith activated a scanning field around him. Lines of light passed through his body, adjusting themselves again and again, unable to settle on stable readings. "Your cells are rewriting themselves continuously," she said. "They adapt faster than my instruments can follow." Eli sat up slowly. He expected weakness. He expected shaking. There was none. He placed his feet on the metal floor. The cold did not bother him. In fact, he felt the floor pushing back, felt how strong the metal was, where it bent under stress, where it was solid. He stood. The station's gravity shifted again, correcting itself. Eli frowned. "Is that me?" Valith nodded. "You are interacting with the environment on a fundamental level." Eli looked at his hands. They looked human, ordinary. But when he flexed his fingers, he felt more than muscle. He felt timing, force, balance. how much pressure was needed to move anything around him. "This wasn't supposed to work," Valeth said. "The compound does not stabilize, it overwhelms." "Then why didn't it?" Eli asked. Valeth hesitated. "Because you did not surrender to it." She stepped closer. "Other species tried to control it. They tried to force it to obey logic, design, perfection." Eli met her gaze. "Humans aren't good at that." "No," Valeth agreed quietly. "You are good at adapting." Eli walked toward the viewport. The dead star hung outside, broken and dim. Radiation washed over the station, but Eli could feel it now, like heat from a distant fire. It did not hurt. Valeth followed him. "You cannot remain here. The conclave will have detected the energy spike." As if summoned by her words, the station's long-range sensors activated. A warning tone sounded. "Incoming signals, multiple." Valeth's voice dropped. "They are already looking." Eli felt something stir inside him, not fear but awareness. His mind expanded outward, touching the station's systems without effort. He did not hack them. He simply understood them. "3 patrol vessels," he said calmly. "Conclave design, light cruisers." Valeth stared at him. "How do you know that?" Eli blinked. "I felt their signatures." That made her glow dim slightly. "This should not be possible." Eli turned back to her. "What happens if they find me?" "They will declare you an illegal existence," Valeth said. "Then they will erase you, and likely your species." Eli did not hesitate. "Then I need to go home." Valeth looked at him sharply. "Earth, yes." "That would lead them directly to your world." Eli shook his head. "They already know where Earth is. The difference is whether humanity is hiding or standing." Valeth was silent. The station shook as a proximity alert sounded. One of the patrol vessels was moving closer. "We have minutes," she said. "I can hide you." Eli looked again at the stars. "No." He stepped toward an airlock. Valeth's light flared. "You will die in vacuum." Eli paused. He focused inward, listening to his body. The compound reacted, shifting processes he did not fully understand. "I don't think so," he said. Before she could stop him, Eli opened the airlock. The doors slid apart. Space rushed in. Valeth expected to see him torn away, frozen, destroyed. Instead, Eli stepped forward. The vacuum wrapped around him, silent and endless. His lungs did not panic. His blood did not boil. The compound adjusted instantly, forming internal pressure fields, converting radiation into usable energy. Eli floated outside the station. He looked back once. Valeth stood frozen in shock. Then he pushed gently. He moved, not fast, not slow, exactly as he intended. The nearest conclave cruiser turned toward him. Weapons systems charged, confused by the reading in front of them. Eli raised one hand. He did not attack, he signaled. A burst of controlled energy rippled through space, not violent but impossible to ignore. The cruiser hesitated. Then all 3 ships pulled back slightly. Valeth's voice came through a private channel. "They are afraid." Eli watched the alien ships. "Good. That means they're thinking." A new signal cut through the void, a conclave authority channel. "Unknown entity," the voice said. "Identify yourself." Eli answered without raising his voice. "My name is Eli Marr. I am human." There was a pause. "Human," the voice replied. "That is impossible." Eli smiled faintly. "So was flight, once." The ships did not fire. Instead, they began transmitting data back toward the core worlds. Valeth spoke urgently. "They will not attack you yet, but they will plan." Eli nodded. "Then I need to move faster than their plans." He turned toward Earth's distant position, a small blue point far away. He focused. Space bent. Not violently, not broken, just enough. Eli accelerated. He did not travel like a ship. He moved by adjusting probability, sliding through space in short, controlled leaps. Each movement felt natural, like stepping stones only he could see. Valeth tracked him until he vanished from sensors. She whispered to herself, "What have you become?" Earth's orbital defense grid detected Eli seconds before he arrived. Alarms flared across human command stations. Unknown energy. Unknown trajectory, unknown intent. Fighters scrambled. Then Eli slowed. He stopped just beyond the moon, glowing faintly against the darkness. Human sensors locked onto him. A command channel opened. Unidentified object, state your origin. Eli took a breath, even though he did not need to. This is Eli Mar, he said. I'm coming home. Silence followed. Then a stunned voice replied, Eli Mar has been missing for 6 months. I know, Eli said. I didn't plan to be gone that long. Earth's leadership watched him through screens, fear and hope mixing in equal measure. What are you? Someone finally asked. Eli looked at his reflection in the glass of space, still human in shape, still human in thought. I'm proof, he answered, that we don't have to stay small. Far away, conclave signals spread like ripples across the galaxy. They had found something that should not exist. And humanity had just taken its first step beyond its limits. Earth did not celebrate Eli's return. Fear came first. Across the planet, people watched the sky as news spread. A human had changed. A human had survived something no species ever had. And now alien fleets were moving. Eli Mar stood in orbit above Earth, floating calmly, while human ships formed a nervous ring around him. He could feel their tension through radio waves and sensor pings. Pilots kept their fingers near triggers, unsure if the greatest threat was the aliens or him. Earth's leadership demanded answers, so Eli gave them truth. He spoke to them from a secure channel, his voice steady and human. I am not a weapon, he said. I am still me, but the galaxy is coming, and they won't ask permission. Some believed him, some did not. Before debate could turn into panic, long-range sensors screamed warnings. The conclave fleet had arrived. They came in numbers Earth had never faced before. Massive ships shaped like cold geometry slid out of faster-than-light space. Their presence alone bent Earth's defense grids and disrupted satellites. The message was clear: submit or be removed. A conclave broadcast filled every channel. Humanity of Earth, the voice said, calm and distant. You have violated galactic law. You have created an illegal existence. Surrender it immediately. Eli listened quietly. He floated forward, placing himself between Earth and the fleet. I'm right here, he said. Talk to me. The conclave ships shifted formation. Weapon ports opened, glowing with charged energy. You are not human, the voice replied. You are a contamination. Eli frowned slightly. I was born on Earth. I learned to walk there. I failed tests there. I laughed there. If that's not human, then your definition is broken. The fleet did not answer with words. They fired. Energy lanced toward Eli, designed to tear apart matter at the smallest level. Eli felt it coming. He did not panic. He remembered Valeth's words. The compound reacted to intent. Eli did not want to destroy. He wanted to protect. The space around him folded gently like water meeting stone. The energy beams bent away, dispersing harmlessly into space. Earth's defense crews stared in shock. He stopped it, someone whispered. The conclave hesitated. Eli spoke again. This is your last warning, leave. The fleet answered by launching drones, hundreds of them, fast, precise, deadly. Eli moved, not like a god, like a human improvising. He learned their patterns in seconds. He let some pass, watched how they reacted, then adjusted. He used debris, gravity wells, even the fleet's own formations against them. When a drone fired, Eli redirected the energy. When one tried to adapt, he adapted faster. Human pilots joined in, slowly at first, then with confidence. Eli guided them, sending instinctive signals they barely understood but trusted. For the first time, humans were not reacting late. They were ahead. A conclave commander finally spoke, anger breaking through control. This should not be possible. You were weak. Eli answered calmly. We were inexperienced. He reached out not with force but with connection. The compound linked his perception to the battlefield. He felt fear from the human pilots. He felt confusion from the aliens. And he used both. The conclave ships began to fall back. systems failing as Eli disrupted their coordination without destroying them. Earth remained untouched. Silence followed. Then retreat. The alien fleet jumped away, leaving broken drones and stunned humans behind. Cheers erupted across Earth. But Eli did not smile. He knew this was not over. The conclave met in emergency session. Never before had a single being forced a retreat without annihilation. Their greatest fear was confirmed. The compound did not fail. It waited, and humanity was compatible. They debated destruction, quarantine, erasure, but something stopped them. Data. Eli had not attacked planets, he had not conquered, he had not demanded power, he had defended. That confused them. Back on Earth, Eli finally landed. He walked on soil again, feeling wind and warmth. Crowds watched from a distance. Some cried, some knelt, some stepped back in fear. Eli did not address them as a savior. He addressed them as one of them. "I didn't do this alone," he said in a global broadcast. "I reacted the way any human would, protecting home. The galaxy thinks strength means control. We know strength means adaptation." Scientists studied him carefully. The compound could be copied but not forced. It required choice, consent. Humanity debated fiercely. Should they follow Eli's path? Eli did not push. "This isn't about becoming something else," he said. "It's about becoming more of who we already are." Weeks passed. The conclave watched closely. Then they made their move. A second fleet arrived, but smaller, cautious. This time they did not fire, they asked to speak. Eli met them in neutral space alone. The conclave representative spoke with controlled fear. "You are a mistake," it said, "but you are a controlled one. We propose a solution." Eli listened. "You will remain unique," the being continued. "No other humans will change. In return, humanity will be protected." Eli's expression hardened. "No," he said. The representative tilted its head. "You refuse safety." "I refuse submission," Eli replied. "Humanity chooses its own future, just like every species before us." There was a long pause. "You risk war," the conclave warned. Eli nodded. "We always have, and we survived." Behind him, distant human ships held position, not threatening, not afraid. The conclave realized something too late. Eli was not the danger. Humanity learning from him was. The meeting ended without agreement, but also without violence. As Eli returned to Earth, Valith contacted him from deep space. "You changed everything," she said. Eli looked at the planet below, bright and alive. "No," he answered softly. "We just reminded them who we are." Far across the galaxy, fear spread faster than any fleet, because the conclave now understood the truth they had ignored. Humans were not powerful because of what they built. They were powerful because they never stopped becoming. And Eli Mar was only the beginning. The galaxy waited. After the failed negotiations, no fleets moved. No threats were spoken. Trade routes stayed open, but tension filled every message, every silence between stars. Humanity knew this pause was not peace. It was assessment. Eli Mar felt it too. He stood on a quiet hill outside one of Earth's oldest cities, watching the sun rise. He could feel the planet's rotation, the soft pull of gravity, the steady rhythm of life beneath the surface. None of it overwhelmed him. None of it replaced what he was. He was still human. Valith arrived without ceremony, her form appearing like folded light beside him. "The conclave is divided," she said. "Some want to destroy you, some want to study you, a few want to learn from you." Eli nodded. "And none of them want humans choosing for themselves." "Choice frightens them," Valith replied, "because it cannot be predicted." Eli smiled faintly. "That's always been our problem." Human scientists had spent months studying Eli. They learned one critical truth: the compound could not be forced. It did not work on unwilling minds. It rejected control, domination, and fear. It responded only to intent, to decision. That changed everything. Humanity did not rush to transform itself. There were no armies of enhanced beings, No sudden rise of conquerors. Instead, humans debated, they argued, they questioned. Some chose change, many did not. And that, more than anything, confused the conclave. The first human volunteers were explorers, rescue workers, deep space engineers, people who faced danger not to rule, but to save, to reach, to protect. Eli watched them carefully. He never became their leader. He became their proof. The conclave returned one final time, this time with no weapons charged. They requested a gathering, not a negotiation, a hearing. Representatives from dozens of species filled a vast orbital chamber above a neutral world. Humans were seated at the same level as the oldest races, not above, not below. Eli stood in the center. "You were warned," a conclave elder said. "Your species was limited for its own safety. You have broken that boundary." Eli met the being's gaze calmly. "We didn't break it. We crossed it," the elder's voice sharpened. "You will destabilize the balance." Eli nodded. "Yes, every growing species does." Murmurs spread through the chamber. "You are no longer human," another voice accused. "You are something else." Eli did not deny it. "I have changed," he said, "but I didn't lose who I was. I still doubt, I still care, I still make mistakes. If that disqualifies me as human, then none of us ever were." Valith watched from the side, silent. The elder leaned forward. "What do you want?" Eli answered without hesitation. "Equality, not permission, not fear, just the same right you all claimed when you first reached the stars." Silence followed. Then something unexpected happened. A representative from a long-hidden species spoke. "We remember when we were told to stay small," it said. "We remember obeying." Another voice joined. "We remember what it cost." The chamber shifted. The conclave realized control was slipping, not because of Eli's power, but because of memory. Finally, the elder spoke again. "If we allow this, we cannot undo it." Eli nodded. "Neither could you undo your own evolution." The vote was cast, not unanimous, but enough. Humanity was recognized as a sovereign evolving species. No restrictions, no containment, no erasure. The decision sent shockwaves across the galaxy. Eli did not celebrate. He returned to Earth quietly. Years passed. Humanity grew, not faster than others, but differently. They built partnerships instead of empires. Their enhanced citizens worked alongside normal humans, not above them. Eli aged slowly now. Decades passed like seasons. Children learned his name in school, but he never allowed statues, never allowed titles. When asked what he had become, he always gave the same answer. Still human. One day, long after the conclave had changed beyond recognition, Valith joined him again, standing beneath a sky full of stars. "Do you regret it?" she asked. "Drinking the vial?" Eli thought of the pain, the fear, the choice. "No," he said. "I regret that we waited so long to believe in ourselves." Valith watched a human ship jump to distant stars, its crew laughing over open comms. "You were warned you would never be human again," she said. Eli smiled. "They were wrong," he replied. "I was never less human. I just stopped being small." Far beyond Earth, new species watched humanity with a mix of caution and respect, not because humans were strongest, but because they dared to change without losing themselves. And in a galaxy built on fear of the unknown, that made all the difference.